Hi, this is Political News in 5, and today is September 18th, 2022. I'm Aisha Usuri, and I'm starting this episode with voter registration news. Now, last week we heard from INEC that half of those who registered between June last year and January 14th, 2022 have had their voter registrations invalidated for not following the rules. Now, this news is disconcerting, especially when put side by allegations made by the Coalition for United Political Parties, CUPP, that the voter polls have been padded with ghost voters by some APC governors. They used Imo State as an example and showed with evidence how the voter rolls now include people with names like Tyson Carter, or people who were born in the 1900s or 1999, or many registrations that have the same date of birth in 1983. Now, they allege that for people to have been able to insert these names into the system, it means they also have the opportunity to manipulate and maybe accredit voters ahead of time. Now, INEC has since come out to debunk this and point out that it's because they're cleaning out things like this kind of fake registrations that they've had to invalidate so many in the first place. But this is a bit of cold comfort because CUPP was making an allegation of how did they even get into the system in the first place. So INEC also needs to go a bit further, investigate this, and punish those who were responsible for doing that because they must be within the INEC system itself. Now, one thing that we have going for us is that Section 19 of the Electoral Act also requires INEC to publish the voter registers in each polling unit for 7 days before the election. So let's watch out for this. This will give us another opportunity to go through the voter polls and make sure that there are no ghost registrants in there. The second thing I'd like to speak about is Peter Obi. He's been in the news a lot last week, starting with his spat with Festus Keyamo, who's the campaign spokesperson for Tinubu. Obi had alleged that Southwesterners have been instructed not to vote for him, and Keyamo came out to debunk that, including pointing out that Obi was planning a fake assassination attempt which he hoped to pin on APC. Now, before the 2015 general elections, General Muhammad Buhari escaped an assassination attempt in Kaduna around July 2014. And it's Festus Keyamo trying to tell us that that was staged as well because a lot of sympathy went toward Buhari during that time. Now, on other news, the ANAP Foundation released a presidential poll that showed that Peter Obi was leading with 21% saying they would vote for him if it was an election day. The next two candidates who did well was Tinubu and Atiku coming, getting 13% of that as well, showing that they would win in the southwest and northeast respectively, while Obi was going to win in the north central. Now, this created a lot of controversy and, of course, demands to see what the methodology was like. But the truth is there were already 32% who were undecided and 15% who declined to speak. So almost half of the people, we have no idea how they're going to vote. So there's still a lot of room between now and February to influence how the elections will go. Finally, the Obedience were attacked during their rally in Ebonyi. On Saturday, Dave Umahi has been blamed. That's the governor. He has alleged that he was not responsible and that the Obedience were being unruly, and maybe that's why the police had to step in. Let's hope this doesn't become a pattern. We want people to be able to campaign freely and fairly, and for governors who make it hard for people to campaign in peace, hopefully they will be punished at the polls. Finally, PDP has been able to inaugurate its presidential campaign team. Is going to be headed by Aminu Tambuwal, who is governor of Sokoto. He's going to be the DG of the campaign. He's from the northwest, which is the zone with the highest number of registered voters. Udom Emmanuel, who is the governor of Akwa Ibom, is going to chair the presidential campaign council, and there are lots of other current and past governors who are amongst the 326 people who have been part of this team. Now, it's not how many, but how well. Raila Odinga of Kenya was favored to be the one to win the presidential elections of August 9th, but he didn't. One of the stories was that despite the fact that he had lots of funds to mobilize, those who were around him didn't do what they were supposed to do. So one of the ways in which it's going to be important for people to win the next election is to stay paranoid and to stay on top of things and to have good intel. That's it for me this week on Political News in 5. If you've registered to vote between January 14, 2022 and June last year, then your PVCs are ready for collection. Please go pick them up so you can be part of determining the future of Nigeria. That's it for me this week on Political News in 5. Have a good week ahead. And if you want the details, please read the script on my YouTube channel. That's it. Take care. Bye.